I have taken cuttings off my favorite tomato plants from this season. I've taken 3 cuttings per plant, and I am going to be putting them in my fall garden, which it is about time to start planning for that now. So I have my husky cherries. Oh my gosh, those were so good and so sweet. Then I also have 3 cuttings from my sun gold, and then the last cuttings I have over here are my tidy treats. Those were another delicious cherry tomato. It was tough getting cuttings from all 3 of these plants because I'll tell you what, my vegetable garden looks like it's been in a bar fight. In addition, I've got a little bit of gardening to do today. I'm going to go ahead and plant these trailers that I had purchased on an impulse. They were just so gorgeous, and I thought I really want to bring them home. I've had them on my back patio, the enclosed patio area, for a while, and I finally decided where I want to put them. We're going to do that today. And just a little bit of organization. September is a big starting growing season here in Florida, and I'm excited to work on my plants. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. It's a garden day today. It's actually smack dab in the middle of the rainy season here in Central Florida. It's been raining a lot. My vegetable garden looks like it's been in a fight, truly. But September is a big time to start putting in the winter garden, fall winter garden here in Florida, and I'm really excited about it. I've been kind of planning it for the last few weeks, but it changed all of a sudden. What happened is I saw a post from my girlfriend Lisa. She has the YouTube channel Lisa Monique Beauty. She's a friend of mine, and she is living in Tennessee right now. And she showed a post, a little video. I'll try to throw it up here, a little snippet of it, of her dahlia and zinnia flower garden, and I just about lost my mind. And the cool thing is, because she's in a rental house right now while she's remodeling the house they just bought, everything is in pots. So she has this incredible flower garden all in pots, and it made me start thinking that I want to do that too. I was so impressed with it. The dahlias were spectacular. I've never grown dahlias. The zinnias were the really, the giant, really tall zinnias, and I thought, oh my gosh, the floral bouquets that those would create would be stunning, and it would attract a lot of butterflies and bees, which I really want to bring into my garden. So I'm working on a new plan for that, and then I have a fun little garden shop I want to stop by today. If you're new here, welcome in. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here, and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good tips and tricks, I send out a Sunday morning email newsletter. It comes out every Sunday morning. It's really short, really sweet, but what I do is I highlight all the cool things I found throughout the week, whether it's a great sale, a good piece of information, something funny, something pertinent. It's all the stuff that I would tell you if we were out having coffee together. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box down below. It's super easy, it's super short, it's super sweet, it's super free. I think you're going to love it. You just click the link in the description box down below. It'll show up in your email inbox next Sunday morning. As I mentioned, the majority of my garden looks like it's just been through the ringer. It's looking pretty rough because we have such a rainy season here in the middle of the summer in Florida. And I'm talking torrential rains. The storms are magnificent. I love them, but they're hard on a garden. The only thing that's looking pretty doggone good are my okra plants here. Do you guys remember when I very first put these in? Look at how much they have grown. They are happy and healthy and doing really well. Now, I have never grown okra before. I had okra as a child from my grandmother's garden, but I'll be doggoned if I can remember picking it or planting it or anything like that. I'm sure that I did, I just don't have a memory of it. So my okra plants are looking terrific. My tomato plants, however, and my cucumber are just looking so scraggly. I did take some cuttings off of this tomato plant right here, this tomato plant back here, and then this sun gold tomato way back in the back. I am going to let these continue to go in their pots, even though they're looking pretty scraggly. I still am getting some tomatoes off of each of them, not a lot, but a little bit. I'm going to let them go just because I want to see what happens. Like, will they regrow and start producing producing as it gets cooler in September, October, or what. I'm just really curious about it. This particular tomato right here was an heirloom cherry. I wasn't really crazy about the flavor, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go. And this poor pathetic soul is my cucumber. I'm going to pull him out. What I'm going to do for this fall and winter garden, because we can grow tomatoes pretty much all year long, I'm thinking, is I was going to have them out here outside of my little birdcage patio area, but I think I'm going to use this area for my flower garden. I'm so excited about that, you guys. I think I'm going to just get into this flower gardening. I'm going to fill this with pots and beautiful flowers, the dahlias, the zinnias, and maybe some other flower varieties. I thought that even though they're in pots, which is not ideal, I think the spectacular blooms and the glory of all the color are going to overwhelm the fact that they're sitting in container pots. And I thought this whole area being a flower garden, when I'm sitting in the back patio room there, it's going to be so very pretty. Plus, I can cut them and bring them into the house. So what I'm going to do with my tomato plants in the pots is I'm going to move them over to this flower bed right behind the house where there's space in between the plants. The reason I want to keep them near the house is because the hose that I water them with is right here. I am not a fan of dragging hoses. I have dragged hoses all my life. I'm over it. I want the water source to be close to what I'm watering. So I'm going to put the tomatoes back here, and I think they're going to be very, very happy. Today, what I need to work on is actually planting those trailers that I picked up at a little garden center locally that I just love. And I've decided I'm going to put them in this planter here where I had herbs growing. I had thyme at the top, and then I had dill and sage and parsley at the bottom. I ended up letting them go because they weren't really doing very well. The sage is doing okay over here, and I think I'll probably leave that and put the trailer over on the far side and have them kind of coexist and see how that works out. I'm going to put the long trailer up here at the top, the medium one in the middle, and then down at the bottom, I'm actually thinking of planting that with just some colorful pansies. I thought that might be pretty. And then this is going to go inside the bird cage, the screened in patio area. So that's the project for today.
Summer, I'll be by your side. A wonder that you can't describe. How long will you wait for me? I want you to see what I see. I see you. How I see you. I'm looking out, it's really far. I felt a tingle in my heart. The sun has set, the stars will appear. In many ways it's great up here. Somehow life goes on, the stars we know are gone. In this lonely place, I still see your face. I go round and round until every sound is a symphony from my heartbeat. Somehow life
So here we have the trailers all planted, and I think they're going to be happy here, and they actually look pretty good. In the middle section, the sage and the creeping Jenny worked out just fine in that one container area. Up top here with this longer trailer, you can see that it reaches all the way down to the ground. I do have a little bit of a bare spot up top here. I might get a little something to plant in there to kind of fill it out a little bit. And then down below, I'm thinking pansies. I don't know, maybe something else will come to mind that'll be a good solution too. There's the cat. I didn't have to replant him at all. Pretty happy with that one. I kept driving by this unusual little business in my neighborhood, and it said garden center, but mostly it looked like your great aunt had been saving too much stuff for too many decades. So I messaged Lori and I said, hey, you want to go on a weird field trip and then out to lunch? And she said, sure. I just love friends like that. You know, not too many questions. They're just always up for it. I love her for that. Anyway, long story short, the day that we had planned to go, I wasn't able to go. But she went on her own and said, it's amazing. It was just wild and weird and amazing. So I have a few minutes this morning and I thought you and I would take a trip there. The amount of stuff inside that shop is just amazing. And every room was merchandised so beautifully. It's a tiny, tiny little house, and all those tiny little rooms have a theme. There was a seaside room, there was a kitchen room. There was a Christmas room. Gosh, it was just so doggone cute. But it doesn't stop there. Now I'm outside, and you can see there's just as much stuff outside here. So I think we should walk around and look at all of it. There's something in me that wants this for my backyard. And look, it's a little planter. So I could plant her and plant her. The planter, I can plant her. And we could like grow something fluffy out of the top of her head. What do you guys think? Do I need that? Oh, look at this room. It's the bird cage room. Oh, this is glorious. It goes all the way up on the ceiling, and look at that chandelier. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. This would be gorgeous to have in your backyard. This is beyond charming. They have a really interesting variety of trellises. Some of them are aged, some of them appear newish, but oh my gosh, what a great selection. This place is amazing. She has had to have been at this for decades. I'm just blown away by how much stuff there is. And so much of it is really cool. They also sell plants. So she has a variety of succulents over here. And then a lot of decorative plants as well. And of course, everything's hanging from the ceiling. This is amazing. You could literally spend all day here and not see everything.
Is this the last time I can see you in a while? Is it the truth that you'll be living tonight? We should take a walk, then a swim in the sea. That will mean everything, yeah, everything to me. Can we get out of this one?
Oh my gosh, you guys, is there more stuff in here? This is a completely different building. Oh my. Look at this. I'll have to say this is one of the most amazing businesses I've stumbled across.
But I see you, honey. This is in no way funny. We will find our way back together.
So this is my haul. And it's in this little red wagon. That's what they have to put your purchases in. I've been thinking about getting a hydrangea for a while now. I have a basket out on the back patio, you know, the screened-in back porch, that I thought would be perfect to put a hydrangea in a pot in. And I stumbled upon this one. I love hydrangeas. I think they're probably my favorite flower. So this guy is going to come home and live with me. And look, we've got a little sucker down at the bottom. I wonder if I can take that out and grow some roots on it and plant it. That's going to be kind of curious. And then we've got something else over there in the corner right there. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a little volunteer. I don't know that it looks like a weed. This little gal, I ended up getting her. I couldn't resist. She was $28 and she has a little hole in her head. At the top, I'm going to plant something in there. I don't know what. And then this vase, I just loved this vase. I thought the colors were so perfect for my house. I think it was $28. Let me check. Actually, this was $18. The hydrangea was $30. So all in all, I got some pretty cool stuff. I'll have to say, this place is amazing.
Get out of this one. A tunnel of feelings, just like we got through everything else. But I see you, honey. This is
The name of this business is Cottage Garden, and I know there's probably 1,000 cottage gardens in the US. This one is in Central Florida. I'll have the website linked down below. I'll tell you what, if you live anywhere in the area, you've got to come by here. It is just fascinating. It's beautiful, it's charming, it's interesting, it's wild, it's quirky. I'm so glad that I had it on my local route just in my neighborhood. I hadn't heard about it from anybody. It was just something I kept driving by thinking, what is that? Because it really does look kind of wild from the streets, and clearly it's wild inside. I'll have to share something else with you. Right over on the property that ways a little bit, there is a violinist setting up to play the violin. Here it's Saturday, so it just gets better and better and better here at Cottage Garden. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I hope this little day in the garden was fun. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.